Montreal against Minnesota in Minnesota tonight. Let's talk about it.
And it looks like he hasn't missed a beat.
I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you try.
The game started late. I'm going to do a really quick video here because I got to get to bed. This is really unfortunate. I got to say, the Amazon Prime broadcast has lost a little bit of its luster. Originally, I really liked it because it was high production values. They had that neat before the game, like warm-up type segment where they would do eavesdropping and all that stuff. But I'm getting a little bit sick of the commentary and just the things that they have going on. It's a little bit, I don't even know what to say, too cutesy, I guess. I don't know. Either way, I just want to let you guys know I love your support. Thank you so much for all of your comments, all of your likes, all of your hypes. Channel is doing fantastic. To the new subscribers, thanks for joining. Thanks for being part of this community. Let's talk about this game. First, we start with the formation of Depart. Starting lineup. Nos our forwards. We got Caulfield, Suzuki, Dach, Slavkovsky, Kapanen, Demidov, Valeno, Evans, Bolduc, Anderson, Danault, and Gallagher. Yeah, still no Texier. Hope he's okay. It's an upper body injury. Upper body, right? Excuse me, lower body injury. And there hasn't really been any updates aside from that. No défenseur or defenseman. We have Matheson, Goalie, Hudson, Dobson, Xhekaj, Carrier, and no Galdien. Our goalies, we got Dobes and Montembeault in net. Sorry, I mean Dobes is in net. Montembeault is backing him up. They're not both playing in net, although that wouldn't be a bad idea. Canadiens haven't won in Minnesota since what did they say? Like 2012 when PK Subban scored a hat trick or something to that effect. But like I said last time, this is a different Montreal team. You're hoping that they can win one in Minnesota. So let's drop the puck in this one. And pretty much right away, Eriksson Ek is going to make it 1-0 for Minnesota.
The center, Eriksson Ek, Team Sweden with a shot. He scores!
Yeah, so this one sucks. Matheson gives Eriksson Ek some room because he's edged out here and he thinks that there's two lanes available. Eriksson Ek is probably going to make the pass. And if he does shoot, not to worry, Dobes should have the save. But Eriksson Ek does shoot and Dobes doesn't have the save. 1-0. That's the first shot. So back to the old shenanigans. Dobes does tighten up a little bit, but yeah, let's move on. Now we see Dach getting clipped with a high stick here and then elbowed in the face. That's not going to draw a penalty. There's basically nothing this game that can draw a penalty except for against Montreal. But we're seeing some success from Montreal. Line 3 is actually holding their own tonight. It's a good matchup for them, and you're hoping that maybe Line 3 is going to get the Canadiens on the board. But Minnesota is going to strike again before that can happen.
Nice circle, pull up, out in front, they score!
Now, what went wrong here? I think that Slav should have trailed Kaprizov here, or Goalie could have also tracked him once he saw that Kaprizov was cutting into the slot, or they could have both pinched him. But again, Kaprizov gets in here pretty much scot-free and gets a shot on Dobes that is definitely savable. Dobes lets in another leaky one. 2-0 for the Wild. What happened to Dobes? 4 starts in a row. That's it. He tops up at 3. Remember that. Remember that for next time. The Wild continue to pour on pressure even as the period comes to a close. And it looks like we're going to the second period with the Montreal Canadiens down by 2.
And here, a lot of chaos around him. And now Gallagher powers in. He scores! Brendan Gallagher!
Never mind. Wow. Classic 2016 Brendan Gallagher here. Forehand, backhand, completely burns Quinn Hughes. Makes him look like a pylon. Wow, Gallagher, keep doing this. So that's the end of the first period. Great job by Gallagher scoring here, because a 2-0 lead going into the second period is a lot more difficult to come back from, but being only down by 1, that's a lot more palatable. Second period starts and line 2 is now getting something going. But Demidov gets tripped in the slot and then is slashed. His stick breaks, kills any chance of scoring here, but the best part is no penalty for this. And actually at this moment, this is where I'm starting to get my nerves grated on by this commentary from the Prime commentary panel. Like, listen to this.
Montreal's Ivan Demidov with his magic through the slot. Unfortunately, a broken
Do you not find this like a little bit of spineless commentary? It's as if they can't call a spade a spade. Martin St. Louis is talking to the officiating. He's asking why aren't they calling penalties? So it's frustrating, but this is what the Montreal Canadiens have been used to recently, and they've overcome it. Let's see if they can do it again.
Lane Hudson dances in. What a pass, what a goal! That's hockey, baby!
Demidov making it 2-2. This kind of came out of nowhere, right? Second period is wrapping up. Looks like a fairly textbook zone entry, but Hudson, incredible pass, feeds Demidov like he's a Michelin star chef. What a goal. And what a pass. And that's going to do it for the second period. 2-2 after 2, and the shots are even tied. So it is a very close game. The thing is, are they managing the game to keep it this close? Like, you should call penalties. Like, I don't understand the mind of a referee. Do you not understand that it's frustrating to have a game with a set of rules that it's kind of like the law of the game, and then you don't call these penalties because you want to keep the game tight, game management, this and that? It should be done with what I consider the reason why the league mandates game management, or at least encourages it. They do it to get more goals. Hockey's more exciting with more goals, and Gary Bettman said that himself. But then they do this type of stuff, and it totally flies in the face of that. More power plays should equal more goals. Coaches' challenges. More coaches' challenges equal less goals. Why do you implement these rules that nobody wants? Anyway, I digress. I'm supposed to be doing this quickly. Third period starts. You kind of feel like whoever scores next could win the game. And then immediately,
In the first period, Suzuki. Picked up by Middleton. A goal! Kirby Dach!
Dach scores, making it 3-2. An incredible heads-up play here by Suzuki to throw it in perfectly right in front of the net, right in front of Dach, who is crashing in and just flips it past Gustafsson. I have an alternate angle. I didn't really understand what Dach did to get this in, but it was just perfect timing. Another great goal by the Canadiens. It feels like Minnesota is getting kind of these garbage goals, and the Canadiens are getting flashy, like really cool goals. But I'm biased, right? Maybe Minnesota fans are watching these leaky goals that Dobes is letting in, and they're like, wow, electrifying. Sorry, Minnesota. I actually really like your team. I like your team basically like everywhere, like composition right down to the branding. Like I like Minnesota. Minnesota's a great team. And to prove it, they get a decent goal here.
Line. Here they come. Faber. He scores!
Faber makes it 3-3. Minnesota breaks through the Montreal defense and totally puts Montreal upside down. Faber is the one that breaks through along the side, cuts in around the defense, picks up the puck because it's loose, cleanly beats Dobes, who I guess you could have wished he played this more aggressively, because if he came out and met Faber here, yeah, this could have been saved. But what a goal by Faber. 3-3. Game's tied. Now with time winding down, it depends on how you look at this game as a Montreal Canadiens fan, because it was definitely a game that could have been completed in regulation by the Canadiens or by the Wild, because Dobes let in those 2 goals very early. They were both squeaky goals, and they went down by 2 early. That's a difficult deficit to get back in, and they did it, and they went ahead. But I think that Minnesota would have always found the juice to try to tie it, because they played a good game as well. And we're going to overtime. Extra time needed again. In OT, Evans, with basically a perfect night tonight at the dot, takes the opening faceoff with Hudson and Suzuki by his sides. Later, Caulfield would jump on in place of Evans. And Minnesota is not really allowing Montreal much in the overtime so far. If you think about it, the lines, Suzuki, Caulfield, and Hudson, and on Minnesota, Hughes, Kaprizov, and Boldy, they have a lot of similar skills. So I think it takes a little bit of a line change to mix things up, and Montreal does lose the puck. Now with a different line out, Danault is out there. Danault and Kaprizov, that's a mismatch a little bit, and Kaprizov draws a penalty from Danault, the rare and dreaded overtime penalty. Now, Danault played this, you could tell he was trying to play it as soft as he could, hoping that You know, it's overtime. They don't call penalties in overtime unless it's egregious. But they do send him to the box here. St. Louis is rolling his eyes. And I mean, it is a penalty. They have the choice to call these penalties. They don't like calling penalties in overtime, or so I'm told, because it influences the game too much, right? Like 3-on-3 turning into a 4-on-3. Yeah, that's tough. So it's just another mountain that the officials are giving the Montreal Canadiens to climb, and they keep doing it. So you're hoping as a Montreal fan they can do it again. But
collision at the line. They play on. Boldy. Hughes now in control of it. Kaprizov with a shot. He scores.
Power play goal in overtime. Kaprizov makes it 4-3 to win it. Probably a game like both sides you don't feel very good about. But that 1 point that Montreal gets is important. And it isn't as if Minnesota played like a bad game. It just feels like Montreal definitely played the better game and eventually lost. Dobes could have been better tonight. And really, the Montreal offense could have found more creative ways to get in. I think they finished with 20 shots on net. So it was a low shot night. They don't shoot a lot. They've been shooting a lot, and it's been working out for them. It is what it is. It ain't what it ain't, but I'm going to call it right there because it's getting really late. I got to drive my son to school early, get him all ready, get him fed. It takes a lot. It takes a lot. So let me know what you think of the comments. Sorry the video wasn't longer, guys, and I didn't get to spend as much time on this video as I usually like to. It's funny because we were just talking about that in the Discord server. But I really appreciate y'all. Have a good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. If they do, cut them in two, half for me, half for you. Like the video. It helps me out with search results. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. I'd love to have you. And as always, I will see you down in the comments.